my glam girls? Welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I'm a beauty enthusiast and consultant who loves to talk about everything dealing with beauty and makeup, and today I'm talking about one of my favorite brands, Miss Showgirl, Miss Charlotte Tilbury, and her new Pillow Talk Dreams collection. So I have before me the eyeshadow quad, the multi-glow product palette, and then her new Beauty Light wand in the shade Spotlight. We will also be comparing the new Dreams palette to my most favorite Fire Rose palette, because this was such a huge ordeal because it came out and then quickly sold out, did not come back in stock. So my question that I want to answer for you today is the new Dreams Eye Quad a replacement for Fire Rose? So we will be discussing that in this video, and I think that's it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it, and let's get right into this video. So starting off with some facts and some details, let's start off with this Pillow Talk Dreams Luxury Eye Quad. So this is what it looks like, and it does retail for $53. You can now purchase this collection at Sephora. So if you are watching this between the days of April the 8th through the 11th, you can save a little bit of savings while the spring savings event is going along. And we do have some quick facts about this particular quad. It's a 4-step eyeshadow quad, like she typically does with all of her eye quads. She gives you, the order as to how you're supposed to use the products. But of course you can use them however you would like. So getting into some quick swatches of this palette. So we have first the prime shade. This is what she describes as a pearlescent rose shade, and this one is really beautiful. The formula is a shimmer, and it's a very finely milled shimmer, no excessive textures or like metallic particles or anything like that. Then we get into the enhanced shade. This is a matte shade, and she describes it as a dusky rose. This is her smoke shade, and this is what she describes as a berry brown. And then lastly, she calls this her super pop shade, and it is described as a shimmering rosebud. So this is the Pillow Talk Dreams eyeshadow quad swatched for you. And I did do 2 eye looks with this quad, so you've already seen the first eye look. And this is kind of like my typical go-to eye look with this quad. I have already worn this multiple times since I have received it in the mail, and I would say that the eye look that you just saw is like my go-to eye look. I really enjoy throwing this first dusky rose matte shade into the crease, and then following it with the pop shade at the shimmer prime shade in the inner corner of the eyelid and the inner corner of the lower lash line, and then smoking out the lash line with this brown berry shade. Really enjoyed this quad, and I find that for me, this quad basically is going to give you about 2 strong looks. And that's about it. I mean, you could get a few more looks if you wanted to. If you wanted to use these shades as standalone shades, which you can use. So you can get more. But in terms of like diversity of palette and diversity of colors, I find that you're not gonna get too diverse of looks with this eye quad. And for the most part with Charlotte Tilbury's eye quads, you kind of stay in a pretty good range of looks that you can get from her eye quads. But I will admit, I thought I could do a little bit more with this one, and unless I'm going to use these shades as standalone shades, I pretty much have narrowed down 2 solid eye looks that I can do with this quad, but I really do enjoy those looks. The second eye look is what's on my eye right here, and so I'll get into that demonstration a little bit later. But I really do enjoy it. I enjoy the formula. The matte shades are blending so effortlessly, and I love this pop shade here. It has a little more texture than this shimmer shade, but it's not texture enough to where it's going to not work well on eyelids that are more mature or that have, folds and wrinkles. Mine do, and I feel like it blends beautifully. I like to apply this shade in a patting motion with my brush because you can get some fallout, or using my finger. Either application works really well. And I really do enjoy it. I'm glad I picked it up because at first I was kind of like, do I need it? Trying to make sure I'm not buying products that I really know I'm not gonna use. And I was like, well, I don't need it. And then I was like, yes, I do. I want to get it. And I'm glad I did, because I then thought, what about Zephyr Rose? Like, is this a comparison? Can we compare the two? Can this be the replacement for Fire Rose? Because to my knowledge, I don't know if she's gonna bring back Fire Rose. But let's get into a comparison of the two. So here is Fire Rose, and then this is Pillow Talk Dreams. And so looking at the two, I see some similarity, but you can definitely see the differences between the two. So let's swatch Fire Rose, and then we'll get into the eye looks and then my final thoughts. And you know, if you could potentially use the Dreams Eye Quad in replacement to Fire Rose. So here is the prime shade, and it is described as a rose gold color. And I did check the Charlotte Tilbury website, and Fire Rose is showing as discontinued. So I don't think she's gonna bring this back, unfortunately. She should, and I will be the first to let y'all know if she does. Here is the enhanced shade, which she describes as a rich copper. Oh, look at that. Oh, I don't wanna give y'all FOMO, but this darn Fire Rose, man, definitely one of my favorites from Charlotte. And then the smoke shade is this matte shade, and she describes it as a russet brown. And let me go ahead on and, there we go, blend this out a little bit more. And then the pop shade, she describes this as a gold foil. And this pop shade formula, I mean, looks like glass. It blends so effortlessly. And although it has a metallic finish to it, it doesn't have like chunks of metallic particles in it that are going to like irritate the eye or not look good on eyelids that are more mature. You do have a little bit of fallout with this particular shade, but not enough to where it's like, this is just too much, I don't want to use it. So let me get into these eye looks. So starting with the Pillow Talk Dreams palette, I first went in with the prime shade, and I've applied that all over the lid, and the shade is just gorgeous. I love the tones of it. It's really pretty, and it's very creamy and blendable. And then for the outer edge of the upper lid, I went in with the pop shade. Blends in beautifully because of its metallic like texture. Like I mentioned before, I would just pat the shadow onto your eyelid to diminish fallout. And then I went across the lower lash line with the berry brown shade and smoked that out, and then went in with the lighter enhanced shade to further blend out the smoke shade. Now, as you can see in the demonstration, I blended out that lower lash line a lot, but I brought it back up when I applied my concealer, as you can see here. And then to finish off the eye look, I took the prime shade, added that for the inner corner, and then I took the enhanced shade and just lightly dusted it into the transition area just to give the eye look some more shape and make the whole look cohesive. Moving on to Fire Rose, I started off on the lower lash line, and I took the matte shade and the one matte shade, blended it across the lower lash line. I love this burgundy tone of this shade here. And I will say the matte shade in Fire Rose is not as creamy as the matte shade in her Pillow Talk Dreams palette. And it might just be that mine is older. Mine is probably like a little over a year now, so that might have something to do with it, but I just wanted to point that out. Then I went in with, I think I went in with the enhanced shade next, blended that out toward the outer corner of the eye, went in with the pop shade right here. And this pop shade is what makes the fire in this Fire Rose palette. I mean, every time I look at it and I just go like this, I'm like, look at this flame of fire on my eyes. Like, it is this pop shade for me. And then I took the prime shade and used that as the inner corner, and then also on the lower lash line. Eye looks are done. They both are so beautiful, but you can definitely tell differences in the intensity of the eye quads. And for me, I don't think that the Pillow Talk Dreams is going to be a supplement for Fire Rose. So if you're looking at Pillow Talk Dreams thinking, you know, I'll get this one since I can't get Fire Rose, don't do that. You might be a little disappointed, because the one shade that is missing in terms of intensity is going to be this pop shade. Now the pop shade in here, don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous and it's beautiful. I think in the eye look that I showed earlier today, if I can remember, I used this pop shade all over the eye and it's stunning. It just doesn't come with the intensity that this pop shade does from Fire Rose. And you can see that, you know, looking at both eye looks up close. However, I really do think that this Pillow Talk Dreams palette is beautiful. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want a quad that's just gonna give you a couple of looks and then you can use all 4 of the shades as kind of like one and done looks, then I really think you will enjoy this one, because that's what I've been doing lately for my past few videos. Like, I want a quick eye look. I don't wanna like have to be sitting here looking at all of these shades, and I want something that's gonna look quick and beautiful on the eyes. And this palette does it. So I highly recommend it, but I just wanted to put that out there in terms of like diversity of looks. I feel like with Fire Rose, I can get more diverse looking looks because of the different tones in this quad versus the tones in this quad are a little bit more similar. So that's what I mean by, you know, diversity of looks and, you know, changing it up. I feel like for the most part, all of my looks are going to look somewhat similar with Pillow Talk Dreams versus Fire Rose. So highly recommend this one though. Don't get me wrong, I've been using it and loving it, and I would definitely see myself reaching for it, but it's just not going to be, you know, a replacement for Fire Rose. So hopefully, Char Girl, if you're watching, please, please, please bring back Fire Rose so those of us who want it can have it. Now moving on to this Pillow Talk Glow palette product. I keep saying palette or product because we have 4 distinctive shades in here, but you know, this doesn't look like your typical palette. But let's read up, see what we have to learn about this product. So this is called the Pillow Talk Multi Glow Face and Eye Highlighter Palette. There are 2 shades, and the shade that I have is going to be the deeper shade called Dream Light. This is going to be an ambient pink glow for warmer complexions. The lighter shade is called Romance Light, and it's a nude pink glow for cooler complexion. So that was nice. She gave us a cool tone and a warm tone product. So this is going to be a light reflecting multi-use highlighter with 4 shades in one for an all-over glass light glow in Charlotte Tilbury's iconic Pillow Talk hue. So the highlighted ingredients, we have silky mica that allows for a silky smooth finish, finely milled pearls for a long-lasting healthy glow without the glitter, and then rich emollient oil that has infused pearl pigments to enhance skin for a soft feel finish. So I'm gonna swatch all 4 shades, and I do like that giving you a closer look. If you wanted to particularly get one shade, you could do that, especially if you had a brush that was small enough to fit in the pans. And even like putting my finger in it, I can actually comfortably put my ring finger in one shade and get that one shade. So I will say, I do like that because sometimes when I've seen palettes like this, it's like I can't even get my brush in one shade. So how can I, you know, just use that one shade? You can do this here. So I can see how this can be used for eye looks or along the cheeks. Now I have not used this on the eyes, but I probably will. So I'll report back as to how I like it on the eyes. But based on just how I've been using it, I can tell I'll use this more as a cheek product versus an eye product. So here are all the swatches of the shades in this quad. So here is the more golden champagne shade. This pink shade right here has like a some metallic flecks in it. You can hopefully see that in the shift of it. Then we have this bronzy shade, and then this is more of like a pinky type of highlighter shade. So what I did today was I just mixed my brush primarily in these 2 shades in the middle, and that gave me this beautiful pinky blush shade. Of course it has that glow, so it's like a pinky highlighter shade. And I do like that. First of all, I love glowy highlighters, so I don't mind the glow. But I do like that I can actually see color on my cheeks, because when I first saw this, I was like, okay, this is probably just going to be a highlighter because I'm not going to really see a base to these shades, and I'm very happy that I do see a base. It's not like over the top, but it's definitely enough to where I can see it and go like, okay, I feel like I have on like a pinky bronzy blush that is shimmering. So I really like it. The formulation is very smooth. I've used this as a highlighter, and I think it just blends beautifully. This is definitely one of those products that I can see myself using when I have like no makeup on, but I just want to put on highlighter and a lip gloss. I can see myself picking this up for that, or just kind of dusting this all over the face for like a pearlescent glow. Oh, I really am gonna enjoy this one. I love it, and it is very finely milled. You don't see any chunks of like metallic or anything like that. It is gonna emphasize texture as with any highlighter, but I don't feel like it's going to cling to your texture and make your texture look bad, because it is a more softer, finely milled product. So I really like it, and I also love the outer packaging of it. It's just, you know, so cute. And then onto the product that I might like the most, this new Spotlight. And y'all, I was not ready for it, and just the glow. Look at this highlighter. This is the shade Spotlight, and oh my goodness me, this is stunning. So I took it with my beauty sponge and I applied it on top of the cheeks. You can swipe it on, which I've done that, but I wanted to just concentrate the product and I didn't want to add too much. And I feel like with this sponge tip, that is something that I can do quite easily, is apply too much. Thankfully, the product blends nicely, so you can just spend more time blending it into the skin, but I wanted to just make sure it hit right where I wanted to hit. And like, did y'all see that glow? Do you see the glow? Oh, it's so pretty. It blends into the skin. There's no particles at all. So if you're someone who wants like glass-like skin with your highlighter, these Beauty Light wands are it. I have two other over there. Yes, two other over there. I have Pillow Talk Medium. Pillow Talk Medium was my favorite, but I don't know. This Spotlight, Pillow Talk Medium and Spotlight are like right there for me. Let me go get it so I can swatch it. And if I remember correctly, I think she just brought back Pillow Talk Medium with this launch of the Pillow Talk collection. So here is Pillow Talk Medium. Ooh, I wore this out a couple summers ago when it first came out. If you have a deeper complexion and you want to try one of these Beauty Light wands, but you feel like Pillow Talk's gonna be too much, you know. Now, before I get there, this Spotlight shade I do think will work for multiple complexions and deeper complexions, because when blended out into the skin, it just looks like light on the skin. It doesn't have a really intense base. So if you have deep, rich chocolate skin, I really feel like you could use it. So prime example, let's blend this out, okay? And let me make sure I'm blending this out all the way, because I don't want to mix it with the other highlighter shades that I have. So when blended out onto the skin, it just gives you more of like a highlighted effect. So there it is right there. And it doesn't have too much of a base. So I feel like this could blend very beautifully into deeper, richer complexions, and it'll just like it'll look like a beam of light on your skin. Another thing that I did the other day, and I was like, and I should have done it today, but I forgot about it until after I put my foundation on. I took the Spotlight shade and I put it on my forehead. I literally put it underneath my eyes, almost like it was concealer, and then along the cheeks, blended it all across the face, and my face was literally a light bulb in the most flattering type of way. And then I added my foundation on top, and it was just like, it was so beautiful, angelic, ethereal, all of the things. So I would recommend this product for that as well, like using it underneath your foundation. If you're like, I don't have a lot of time, but I want to have like a really nice glow to the skin. I had worn more of a matte foundation, so adding this underneath just juiced it up so much. So I really enjoy the Spotlight shade. But Pillow Talk Medium, if you have a deeper complexion and you want to try one of her Beauty Light wands, especially from the Pillow Talk family, I would suggest Pillow Talk Medium. And then I also have the Beauty Light wand in Goldgasm, which I do believe she is still currently selling. So let me swatch that for you really quick. And here is Goldgasm. So these Beauty Light wands are they are one of my favorite products from the brand. Only thing I don't like are these tips. They get so messy. You can open them and close them. But the problem is, like, or at least with me, I always squeeze out too much. And so then I get a whole bunch on the wand. Look at that. Look at this is Pillow Talk Medium. Look at all that gunk. So it's just like, I just wish there was a better way that we can get the product out without wasting the product. I waste so much product. But the product is so beautiful that I just work with it. But I just wanted to put that out there. So I highly suggest the new Beauty Light Wand shade Spotlight, but also any other shades that you might be looking at, because the formulation is so great. They blend so effortlessly into the skin, and it's one of those like quick products that you can apply, but and you don't have to put a lot of effort into it, but it gives a really nice payoff. So guys, I am so happy that I picked up these products from this new extension of Pillow Talk. I love them. I can definitely see myself using them multiple times because I've already been using them multiple times. But I do feel like they are pieces that if you love Charlotte Tilbury, you love these types of products, I think you will really enjoy adding these products to your collection. She also came out with two, I forgot what the actual name is called, but they're a lip and a cheek like glow product. I actually purchased the lighter shade a couple of summers ago when she first released them. So these two products are re-releases, and I loved it. I had, like I said, I took the lighter shade, I applied it onto my cheeks, so I wore it as a blush, and then I took Pillow Talk Medium and added it as a highlighter. You could not tell me nothing in quarantine that summer of 2020. However, I did declutter it recently because I had used it so much and it started to like form a film on top, because it's a true cream product that really never dried down. So when I looked at it, I was like, this just doesn't even look like I should be putting it on my face anymore. So that product, I really did enjoy it, but the formula does not dry down. So my hair would get caught in it, but I loved it, and I loved the glow that it provided on the cheeks. So I would recommend it if you don't mind having products like that. So let me know your thoughts of these products below. Let me know if you have them or if you are intending to pick them up. And you know, I'll keep you updated should she bring back Fire Rose, because I love Fire Rose, and I think it's one of those products that it would be so great for the brand to bring back. So let me know your thoughts down below, and if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye guys.